And Justin, go on over and meet the next guy you'll be playing against. And who would that be, Bob Hilton?
He's 7.5 years old. His interests are roller skating and mathematics. His name is Alec Green.
Hi, Alec.
Hi, Jack.
How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah, you look pretty good. You here alone or your parents with you?
My parents are right out there.
Yeah, really? Right out there right in the second row, huh? Well, there they are. They have their hands up. We're delighted to have you here. Tell me about yourself, Alec. What do you want to be when you get older?
A game show host.
A what?
A game show host.
A game show host. You mean like me?
No, like Bob Barker.
Well, I have to agree. Bob Barker is one of my very good friends and really one of the best MCs. But suppose Bob Barker weren't around. Who would be next on your list?
Bill Collins.
Also one of my good friends. So if we eliminated those two guys, Bob Barker and Bill Cullen, isn't there someone else you'd like to be like?
Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. I'll go give you one more chance. If Monty Hall weren't around, and Bill Cullen weren't around, and Bob Barker weren't around, and someone else who is at least as good as they are were around, who would your next choice be?
Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale. I think I'm going to change the subject. You know, if you're an MC and a host of a show, you have to have a show. What game show would you like to host?
Chain Reaction.
Yeah, it's one of those new shows. If that show weren't around, is there some other show you'd like to host?
The Price is Right.
The Price is Right. Bob Barker. When The Price is Right and Chain Reaction weren't there, is there some other show you'd like to have?
Card Sharks.
I don't make too much headway with this guy, do I? If Card Sharks weren't here and Chain Reaction weren't here and Price is Right weren't here, is there some other show which gives away money? Is there some other show you would like?
Yeah, Tic-Tac-Toe.
Tic-Tac-Toe. Oh, I'm having too much trouble with you. Let's find out about yourself other than your ambitions to be a game show host. You have any girlfriends, for example?
No, I don't know how to get one.
Get on. Well, I'll tell you, if you'd stop watching all those game shows, maybe you'd have time to learn how to get one. Meantime, hello, how are you, Mr. Green? Mr. Green, how are you? Did your son watch as many game shows? He did, huh?
Absolutely.
He loves game shows. Now that you've named all those MCs, and you can't, and you wouldn't, and you didn't, if Bob Barker weren't around, and Monty Hall weren't around, and Bill Cullen weren't around, and Gene Rayburn weren't around, and Bob Eubanks weren't around, and Chuck Barris weren't around, is there anybody else, a fellow about 6 feet tall who gives away money in a show that spins wheels? Would you like to be, is there anybody else you'd like to be like?
No.
I'll give up with this guy. You know, if you can spin those wheels and get to 1,000... They kill this kid. Get to $1,000 or more without seeing the devil, you'll get the money for your parents and these gifts for all of them.